So instead of giving the names and all of this information to the police so that Jack and Lilly can actually be found and we can get to a resolution, this guy is choosing to panel hop and talk about how he's refusing to tell the police information. What? Hey guys, this is Julez with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Jack and Lilly. Okay, there has been a lot of very unofficial information going on in this situation. We had the biological father's mother come out and do an interview. If you missed that one, this is what it looks like. Then Daniel, the stepfather, the one that we have seen since the very beginning, the one that has been out there doing the searching and doing all of the interviews, while the mother has been literally silencio. She did one interview, and it was right whenever the kids went missing. It was where she was crying and giving her very strange story on camera, and then she just vanished. And according to everything that we were told, the police never told her to A, not search, and B, to be quiet. So it was all very strange. Now, you can go and catch up on all of that other information in the other videos. This one is about what is apparently the truth here. Because remember, for those of you that did watch the interview that Daniel, the stepfather, did, he literally states, "I know the truth." Now, this person who's out here speaking is an older gentleman, and he apparently is the cousin of Malaya's grandmother. So Malaya's mom's cousin, second cousin, something like that. He is affiliated. He knows Daniel. He knows all about the way that Daniel works, all of that kind of stuff, and all those questions about why he was home on Friday, the employment situation, the money situation, the finances, the relationship stuff. There is hours of these conversations. Not only on the It's a Criming Shame channel that's been talking to the biological grandmother on the father's side for weeks now, but also over there on Dolly Vision. I'd rather not throw up in my mouth, so I stayed away from that one. Everything apparently that was said over there is being repeated over here, except for the fact that Daniel was in Dolly Vision's live. Right now it is 6:19. This happened last night, apparently, saying a lot of things. Now, I don't have to listen in order to read, so I'll be able to go over there and see what's going on if it's still there. I know other channels have been grabbing those messages and talking about it. What I want to talk about in this video is what this guy is claiming to know, at least, about the situation. This is the gist of this, okay? And I'm literally leaving this video at this because I want y'all's thoughts on it after I give my opinion, okay? Now, we know from the previous interviews with the biological grandmother on the father's side that whenever her son Cody, and yes, it's not the Cody Lee Sullivan that's apparently, somebody with the background, but his name is Cody Sullivan. Apparently, whenever Cody and Malaya split up, she wanted full custody, and he just basically said, F it, and just didn't care. Okay, that's pathetic enough, in itself. But then we're getting all of this coming out from this family member, again, of Malaya's, that is claiming that she was wanting out of the relationship with Daniel, that he was controlling and he was all these things. And cool, that could be true. I came from a relationship like that, okay? I know what it's like to need to leave a relationship like that. I've done it twice. So for what this story is about to be, no. From someone who did it with little bitty babies, 2 years old and 9 months, and had to go across state line and save herself, to someone who fell into that situation again and had 3 kids this time and had to do the exact same thing again, alone, okay? What I'm about to tell you, they think is actually going on here. No, there's no excuse for this. I don't care what the excuses are going to end up being for this. We are over 6 weeks in. Tomorrow, according to the people that are on these lives, is 7 weeks since those babies have been missing. So if this is the case, man, if Carly Russell didn't piss you off, get ready. So this is the story. Malaya wanted to leave Daniel, okay? She went and told some of her family members the story about what was going on and that she wanted to leave. And a few of them listened to her, entertained what she was saying. And the plan apparently was for them to roll up and pick up Jack and Lilly And then Malaya was supposed to then turn around with Meadow and get into a vehicle and leave. That was supposed to be what was supposed to happen that Friday morning. She was leaving Daniel, is the story. But, according to what's being said, Daniel's mother, who also lives on the property, because remember, this is Daniel's like childhood home area property place, okay, came outside and saw Malaya outside, saw Malaya on her phone, and according to this cousin, maybe missed the vehicle that picked up Jack and Lilly by 30 seconds, is his guesstimate with this. I don't know what was said between Daniel's mother and Malaya at this point, but at some point, here comes Daniel. So then I'm guessing this is whenever Malaya had to be like, oh my God, where's Jack and Lilly? And that's why I'm outside, okay? They think that she just got so scared that when the cops got there and everything happened, she just couldn't come clean and tell the truth. So she had to lie. She had to lie about the whole thing. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well then why in the hell do we have Daniel over here claiming that he saw Lily popping her head in and out of the door that morning? While we also have the mother calling in around 6 o'clock in the morning to report that the kids weren't going to be at school because Lily had a cough still, because apparently she was sick the day before. Yet, we have now learned from an interview that Daniel did just yesterday, actually it posted this morning on June the 19th, and if you missed that one, it looks like this. Whenever the kids were last seen was actually the Thursday afternoon in town near the mall area in a parking lot by one of Daniel's coworkers from the mill, is how it's being told. Now remember, the story that we're now being told from Malaya's family is that the kids were picked up in a vehicle. At first, I was like, oh crap. What if they left Thursday afternoon and never came back? And that's why the dog scent only picked up to the end of the driveway, the end of the yard, and never anything further. Like the kids either got hurt and picked up by a vehicle, or just picked up by somebody in a vehicle and jetted off, or they got into a vehicle, left, and never came back. Okay. Now that we have this information, they obviously came back on Thursday and everything ended up going on Friday morning, okay? But this is what's severely pissing me off about this, all right? Even if she was trying to leave Daniel, okay, why didn't you just come clean the second the cops actually showed up? Or while you were on the phone with 911, okay? Because the story is what? The story is he left to go searching for the kids and was gone anywhere between 25 and 40 minutes, according to now what Malaya's family members are stating. So whenever she called 911 and was not within earshot whatsoever, or whatever it is in Canada, okay, when she called the police to report the kids missing, without Daniel in earshot because there's no service and she had to go get service and whatever the story is with that, why didn't she just tell them then, hey, he thinks the kids have been abducted. The truth is this. Right now, he's out searching for them. Can you guys please come out here so that, I can continue to leave because this is the situation. Okay, that was number one. Okay. Number two, after you played it off and got in front of the cameras and booed-ayed and woo-hoo-hooed in front of everybody, and then CPS showed up and said, you can't stay here. You've got to leave. Why didn't you tell them then? Why didn't you tell them on that Saturday whenever you ended up leaving the property because of whatever the real freaking reason is? Because sounds like the story might be changing a little bit again with this new information. Why didn't you just say something then? Why did you then suddenly what? Turn it around to where you and your family then started to try to frame Daniel for an abduction? Because that's what Malaya's family member is literally trying to state. That Malaya's half-sister ended up being the one that found a blanket hanging in a tree and the boot print over on the natural gas pipeline. But in reality, none of it was found by a police officer. And while we were originally told that the blanket was not the children's blanket, that was a lie. And Daniel lied about it being the kid's blanket because he knew that it was going to make him look bad. But according to, again, Malaya's family member, Daniel also had to report to the police that 2 sweaters and a water bottle and like 2 other things were stolen out of his trailer, and that he thought that they were going to be used in order to plant it to wherever the kids actually were to put it on him. So what I'm understanding is this, and no, I'm not even done yet. Okay, just hold on, okay? So what I'm understanding from this is that she wanted to leave Daniel. She had family and friends that were going to help her leave Daniel. They showed up to take Jack and Lilly, so it would be easier on her. Again, I've been there, done that by myself, so this is all kind of really dumb to me right here, okay? She then wasn't packed, wasn't ready, you didn't have nothing in the car ready to go, like you didn't have bags making Daniel question what the frick was happening. You were just literally gonna hop in the car and take off? I mean, cool if that's what you were gonna do, because sometimes, trust me, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I know. But what? Like, okay. So then when did it turn into, I need to leave him? Oh, holy shit, I've been caught. Now I have to pretend like I can't find the kids. And oh crap, here come the cops. Now I'm gonna frame him for something that's not even true, because that's what I'm getting from Malaya's family. And he is claiming it's Malaya's family and friends that are the ones doing it, which is insane to me, because that's literally conspiracy. That's conspiracy by Malaya, by everybody in her family that was involved in that situation, okay? Now, according to this family member, he not only knows the vehicle, the story that was said, the driver, and probably exactly where the kids are. What's really making me mad about him is that he's sitting here boasting about how the cops want his information and he's not giving it to them because all they're going to do is go and interview the guy, and that's just going to freak him out. It's going to put the kids in danger. While he's out here freaking panel hopping, running his lips on a damn phone call, on these damn YouTube channels, doing all of the things that he doesn't want to happen if he tells the cops the truth. So according to tonight, because tonight that got called out in the It's a Criming Shame chat. People were like, why aren't you telling the cops anything? And he's like, well, don't get it twisted, basically. Don't get it twisted. The cops know, blah, blah, blah. Everything but the name. And then he's trying to say that the cops are going to try to get him for obstruction and impeding an investigation and withholding evidence because he's not telling him anything. And this fool is over there like, well, you're wanting me to tell you a name with no evidence? That's not your job. You're supposed to give them the tip and let the cops do what the cops are supposed to do. Just the simple fact that this fool is out here literally saying it's going to put the kids' lives in danger because all they're going to do is interview them, and then that's just going to give them time to run. You've given them 4 days to know that what was happening because you couldn't shut your mouth. And then you're just not going to tell the cops? You literally put the kids' lives in even more danger. This was just an ignorant conversation. Like, you can tell by how mad I am, how mad I was. Like, originally, I had went and did a whole reaction video to her panel last night. Okay, I'm actually going to post this on June the 20th, sometime in the morning. Again, right now it's 6:19. So last night on the 18th, I was recording my reaction to just listening to this guy talk, and I was getting heated because I'm like, how dare you come out here and saying all this shit and then be like, but the cops don't know. Are you stupid? Like, are you hella dumb? Literally everyone in Malaya's family and Daniel's family and everyone that's related to them are listening and watching to everything going on in this case, especially with what happens on social media. You're an ignorant fool, bro. And it all started by him stating this. Apparently on the 18th, he was at a family gathering and eavesdropped on purpose, dropped it like a little Kleenex, the name of the person that he thinks might be involved in this situation. On purpose, he allowed someone to listen in on his conversation because he knew that person was going to go back and tell Malaya. And according to him, within 30 minutes of him saying the name, she freaked out, got into a huge fight with her mother, and fled with Meadow to the freaking reservation. Now, according to this information, she was under 24-hour supervision by CPS, by their version of CPS. When she fled her mother's home, that broke the CPS order. So, according to what's going down tonight on the 19th, Meadow is in the custody of whatever the state is, whatever CPS is over there. Malaya does not have the child. Now, according to the information that the guy has about the reservation, he's not sure, according to him anyway, if that's where the kids actually are or not. But he does know for sure that Malaya's lawyer is over there because he's like the brother of the chief or something like that. You only get the reservation involved for like one of two reasons, and the bigger reason is for protection, because the American United States laws when it comes to our reservations don't mean shit once you get on reservation land. It should work the same way up there. It might not. I honestly don't know. I'm really speaking from experience for how it is in the United States. Okay. The white man have no power on Indian land here. That's just how the frick it works. So again, I don't know if it works like that up there or not, but protection, because of the differences in the sovereignty of law, is usually the reason why people run to the reservations. So she gets wind, somebody knows the name of somebody who might be involved. She takes the hell off, and now Meadow is gone. But now here we are, and it's been a whole like 24 hours now. Well, by the time this video posts, it'll be like 2 days since this happened. And we still haven't heard an announcement about how they have Lily and Jack. So who's to say that this story is accurate? Okay, there's a lot of details here. There's a hell of a lot of details here, and it's very possible, okay? All of this is very possible and honestly would make the most sense. It's because she has, according to one of her family members, other people in her family trying to plant evidence and steer this into a direction that makes Daniel look like he actually did something harmful to the kids. So that's why I have like 1.5 million freaking questions and no excuses for this person, because she's allowed it to go too far for pathetically selfish, disgusting reasons. This could have been stopped at any time if this was the case. If she really was just trying to get out of a bad relationship and all of this got to the point of the cops being called because she had to pretend like the kids were missing, then she literally could have snipped it in the bud the second the cops showed up. She could have played it through the 911 call or whatever the call is until they got there and then told them the truth. She could have stopped this at any time. So why didn't she? And the excuses, I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear a damn one about why this kind of crap would not only be allowed to go on for almost 7 weeks, but what kind of justification would she have for trying to then frame it on somebody because she didn't want to just tell the truth? Is it because they're not alive? Because if they were just alive and easily found, why wouldn't she just come forward? You know? Anyway, that's like the latest updates. And I am just aggravated. And I know that y'all can hear it. And I know that you can sense it and all of the things, okay? But this is reality here. This guy is a dangerous fool because he's coming out here and he's panel hopping and he's giving all of this information and basically threatening the people that might have the kids. Literally, go listen. He threatens them half the time he's talking on the phone. And she just sits there smiling and egging it on. Doesn't tell him once, you haven't told the cops that? You really need to like not be talking to me right now and go talk to the cops. She's not good at steering people in the right direction at all. I don't appreciate it. It's very unethical. Ooh, that whole vibe there in this whole thing about him not giving the police the information that was needed. And even as of tonight, again, he's like, oh, they know about this and that, but they don't know a name. Then how much do you care? You just like to have something else so that people want to talk to you. See, this kind of stuff happens in all these cases. Somebody with nothing else better to do than sitting on their asses at home finds a way to get attention and they thrive off of it the second they get a taste. So why wouldn't you tell the police to get this over with unless you liked having somebody to talk to every day? I don't like none of this at all. I don't like none of this at all. But it also says so much about Malaya's family. Because so far, it's all of them doing all the cray shit. Whew, okay, let me know what you guys are thinking about this stuff down in the comments. I will have the links for both of the videos on the It's a Criming Shame channel where this guy got on there and talked if you want to go through all of that. But it's a lot. It's a lot of hours and it's just a lot in general. But let me know what you guys are thinking about this down in the comments. I've got to go like get a drink or something because damn. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.